So E3 is finished, but all anybody can do is talk about those damn AAA games. But not me, baby. It's time for the top 10 indie games of E3 2019. I know E3 happened about 2 weeks ago, but obviously I didn't get to go. So I spent all that time looking at the different games that were announced and a lot of the games that you didn't see. Everybody's still talking about all these different AAA titles that were announced at the conferences, most of which they thought were fantastic, but of course now that the shine's worn off, they're picking them apart for as much content as they can generate. But all I want to do is talk about a bunch of indie games that I thought looked really cool, really interesting, and really unique. Okay, I couldn't just do 10. There were so many good indie games that I had to do 10 plus a bonus title. So number 11 is Riverbond. Riverbond from Coco Cucumber is an isometric hack and slash dungeon crawler. I know that genre's been done to death, but I'm really digging the colorful, fun, and destructible voxel world. Plus, you can play as characters from Shovel Knight, Enter the Gungeon, Bastion, and Guacamelee. The game is for 1 to 4 players, is available now, and is free on Xbox Games Pass. Number 10 is Dead Static Drive. Dead Static Drive from Fan Club Games is an isometric action survival horror game in the same vein as Grand Theft Auto 1 and 2. Sprinkle in a touch of Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas and a dash of H.P. Lovecraft, and you've got a recipe for something tasty. Dead Static Drive finds you on a nightmarish road trip through apocalyptic America infested with otherworldly monsters. And that's definitely a road trip that I want to take. There is no release date for this game yet. Number 9 is The Blair Witch. Blair Witch from Bloober, the team behind Layers of Fear, is a psychological horror that utilizes the insanely entertaining and intriguing lore of the Blair Witch movies. The fact that it looks like a cross between Alan Wake, Silent Hill, and Supernatural doesn't hurt either. You play as a cop investigating the disappearance of a small boy alongside your dog Bullet. This one looks really dark and interesting, and I can't wait for it to come out on August 30th. Number 8 is After Party. After Party from Night School Studio, who made Oxenfree, put you in control of Milo and Lola. So you recently died and are stuck in hell. But much like Tenacious D or Bill and Ted, you can win a challenge and be granted re-entry into Earth. And the challenge is, you have to outdrink Satan in a bar. In the process, you'll explore the underworld however you please. And while doing so, your actions will affect all of hell as you party and try to break free. The game is set to release sometime in 2019. Number 7 is 12 Minutes. 12 Minutes from Annapurna Interactive puts you in the shoes of a husband having a romantic evening with your wife. That is until a police detective breaks in, accuses your wife of murder, and beats you to death. Somehow you return to life at the point where you entered your house 12 minutes before your death. And now you're stuck in a death loop trying to figure out what's going on. You have to pay attention to everything and piece together clues from each 12-minute period to change events for the better and break the loop. This unique adventure game is set to release sometime in 2020. And number 6 is Felix the Reaper. Felix the Reaper from King Orange finds you, Felix, an office worker at the Ministry of Death, learning how to dance, manipulating shadows, and making sure humans die how and when they should in order to get the attention of your true love, Betty. A woman you've only watched from afar who works at the Ministry of Life. You see, you took the job as a field reaper instead of working in the office in hopes of finally getting to meet her on Earth, where life and death come together. This romantic comedy game is set to release sometime in 2019. Number 5 is Telling Lies. Telling Lies from the mind of Sam Barlow is the follow-up to Her Story. Like Her Story, it is a live-action adventure game, but this time it stars the outstanding Logan Marshall Green, Alexandra Shipp, Carrie Beish, and Angela Serafian. The game finds you in control of a laptop stolen from the NSA that contains 2 years of the lives of 4 people linked by a shocking incident. You have to use keywords, your wits, and the footage to solve the mystery of that event. The game is set to release sometime in 2019. Number 4 is The Creature in the Well. Creature in the Well from Flight School Studio is an isometric hack and slash dungeon crawler, combined with the challenge of pinball. You are a robot trying to restore power to an ancient facility that is also home to a creature out to destroy you. There are 8 unique themed dungeons, 20 upgrades that change your playstyle, and pinball combat with gorgeous cel-shaded graphics. Creature in the Well is set to come out this summer. Number 3 is Way to the Woods. Way to the Woods by Anthony Tan follows 2 deer on an adventure in a strange world devoid of human life. These deer must find their way home, all while seeking food, shelter, safety, and trying to find out what happened to their world. It is a drop-dead gorgeous and super creative third-person action game from the mind of a legit artist. The game is set to release sometime in 2020. Number 2 is Night Call. Night Call is a stylish adventure game from Black Muffin and Monkey Moon. You are a taxi driver working and living in Paris. You work the night shift when all the weird stuff happens and when people talk to you about everything like they would a priest or a bartender. You have a routine that you enjoy and are on your way to paying off all your debts. Unfortunately, a serial killer is taking out your cab company clients. And to make matters worse, one of the victims was last seen in your cab. So you decide it's time to help the police by investigating and talking to your passengers while piecing together clues in hopes of stopping the killer. Night Call comes out sometime in 2019 and I can't wait for it. And number 1 is Spiritfarer. Spiritfarer from Thunder Lotus Games, who brought you Sundered and Jotun, has you controlling Stella, a ferry master for the deceased. You're out to build the best boat possible and explore the world while keeping the dead comfortable till you release their spirit into the afterlife. In the game, you're meant to farm, mine, fish, harvest, cook, and craft, all while exploring and befriending the recently deceased. On your journey with them, you will create beautiful memories while learning how to say goodbye to your friends. The game looks gorgeous and serene, but the subject matter is what really interests me. And I think that's because ever since I turned 40, I've been contemplating life and death. I feel like anything after 40 is borrowed time and just a bonus. Sorry, that took a dark turn pretty quickly. This fantastic looking game that I can't wait to get my hands on releases in 2020. So those are the 10 plus 1 bonus indie title that I thought were the best of E3 2019. They either had some interesting mechanics, they had a beautiful look, they were something mellow and they weren't all about killing. There was something that set them apart and piqued my interest. If there's an indie title that you saw at E3 2019 and I missed it, let me know what it is in the comment section below. I probably won't make a list for the top 10 AAA titles of E3 2019 because a million other people have already done that and AAA titles get enough attention as it is. So that's all the indie gaming goodness that I have for you today, and I'll see you guys next time.